This is the book of Micah, chapter 2, verse 1 in the NLT. What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn and hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children that will receive mercy from the Lord in these last days. Shalom. I'm the brother Dama Gabar with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Yahweh Shai. All right, and this is going to be a quick lesson through the spirit. As I was, reading a bunch of articles today, I found a reoccurring theme and something that stuck out to me in the spirit, and this is why I wanted to start this lesson off with Micah, the second chapter, dealing with the workers of iniquities and how Esau is devising iniquity and he's working evil upon his beds. And it's really dealing with a lot of these migrants that have been let into this country. Now, I'm not saying that every single migrant that crossed the border or that was allowed to be let in this country, whether it was through, the southern border or whether it was through Canada or however the hell they got into this country, which we know a lot of these so-called migrants are not just Venezuelans or, Dominicans or, the Northern Kingdom. You had a lot of migrants from Africa, from the Sudan, from Haiti, from China, from, a lot of places from the so-called Middle East. You had a bunch of different outside nations enter into this country under the Biden administration. And we know a lot of them are being used by the powers that be, as sleeper cells, as mercenaries. They were let into this country for a specific agenda, man. And and people are saying that what happened over there in California was some of the handiwork of some of these individuals that was allowed to be in this country. And a lot of them are doing things and getting arrested and being let off the hook, because a lot of those guys, I don't give a damn what anybody say, they are hired hands, they are sleeper cells, they are mercenaries, they are, being used by the powers that be to come into this country to cause more chaos so that they can bring in the order. And that's why the scripture says, woe unto them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. You see, it says what? When the morning is light, they practice it, meaning that these devils, man, this whole agenda of them bringing these migrants into this country to bring further destabilization, economically, this whole situation with these migrants being let into this country, we know that it's an agenda of these elites to use these migrants and these illegals to further destabilize these countries to bring in their new world order. Right. We've already seen this happening over there in Europe. You see what's going on with their migrant invasion, with all of the situation that's taking place over there. And now, America has, is following that same playbook. But it's ultimately these devils working evil upon their beds, man. This has been a long agenda of these elites to use these migrants and mass importation of migrants into the country to further destabilize, you know, um, to destabilize places, man. And these, in this situation is nothing new. All right. And this is how, they're practicing it now. They're putting it into use. And we're going to see a lot more of these situations and a lot of these crises, a lot of these, events that don't look staged that are going to be staged to further bring further order out of the chaos, right? Because I was reading some articles, right, and some of these things have popped out of me that, hey, this is all part of the agenda, man. You can't look at these things as just random occurrences. A lot of these things are being orchestrated and used, and you're going to have to be aware, and now these two articles, this article here I'm going to read is further going to shed some light on, the type of, the evil that they're working and they're bringing it to light in these last days. All right. So it says here, 3 military Humvees, machine gun mounts stolen outside of Los Angeles. All right. So in the midst of the fires and the National Guard being deployed, you had one of these this this Army Reserve hub in Orange County, California. And while they were out fighting the fire, somebody broke in there and stole 3 Humvees, machine gun mounts, and some bayonets. Now, and it said that they were trying to steal uniforms. All right, now if that don't scream, that don't look suspect to you, then I don't know what to tell you. Is this part of the plan? Them using these particular, cells to steal these, items to eventually to carry out some type of, you know, um, to carry out something with it. You see, and you have to be in that type of mind frame. You got to be on point. You got to be circumspect. You got to be looking around because look, hey, these devils at this point they're willing to do any and everything to bring more chaos and to bring more fear and to bring more you know chaos to the situation here. So it says about 30 minutes south of Los Angeles, local media has reported that police are searching for criminals who stole 3 Humvees, one of which was armored, machine gun mounts, and a whole bunch of military grade gear from the Army Reserve Center in Tustin. You see? Now, who the hell, it makes you think, uh who hey, the people that they're bringing over here, hey, maybe this is part of their one of their jobs they give them. Look, go to this particular place and carry out this thing. Now, why would somebody want to steal these things? And it said that they were trying to steal uniforms. Now, it said they didn't steal them, but hey, I wouldn't you know fully believe everything that they're telling you. But what, you got to think, if they did have these individuals come in to try to carry this out, what would it be used for? I mean, obviously, it would be used as an event to where they could disguise themselves as being military, but really, they're working for the other side and could cause some more mayhem and some more chaos. It says KTLA 5 reported that the Tustin Police Department is investigating the break-in at the Army Reserve Center in Tustin on Wednesday night between 8 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. Multiple storage lockers were discovered with locks removed and missing gear. An attempt was made to cut a lock to uniform storage. However, it was unsuccessful. Now, you mean to tell me they were able to break in there, but then they didn't bring the proper equipment to cut a lock from a uniform, but they literally broke into the goddamn Army Reserve, but they couldn't break into some locks, man? I mean, come on, man. I don't think so. That's just me speaking personally. All right. It says, however, it was unsuccessful. TPT wrote in a report adding a fence was cut to gain access. So you mean tell me they got shit to cut the fence to get in, but they wouldn't have bolt cutters to cut a lock? I mean, okay, I guess. It says, were cut to gain access to a military vehicle parking lot where 3 Humvees were stolen. The suspects left the area at an unknown time. It says, 3 Humvees with administrating listed number. Now, okay, it says 8 machine gun vehicle mounts, 7 freestanding machine gun tripods, medical equipment, 40 pairs of binoculars, and 18 bayonets. It says the good news is that no machine guns or ammunition were stolen, so they say. But who's to say that a lot of these sleeper cells, they already have access to ammunition and different the different gun mounts. I mean the machine guns and the ammunition. You got to think, if their job was just to go in there and to steal these Humvees that had that, that are capable of having the gun mounts and the machine guns, what makes you think that they haven't already been equipped with the machine guns and the other shit that these Humvees come equipped with to use it at a later date? You see? It says this comes as the National Guard troops have been deployed an hour north to the fire-ravaged Palisades area where criminal gangs have been looting mansions. See? So like I said, this is something, it just sounds fishy to me, But this is the type of climate that we're living in, and this is the type of wickedness that this devil is operating, It says, let me get this. What I wanted here. This is let me see. Psalms 35:4. Let them be confounded and put to shame that seek after my soul. Let them be turned back and brought to confusion that devise my hurt. See, and this is what Esau is doing. All of this order out of the chaos, all of this migrant situation is all ultimately being established and set up to bring hurt and pain and confusion and fear and destruction. to everybody, man, especially you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right. And like I said, 2025 is going to be a year where we're going to see more of these type of situations happen, but at an even greater scale as we get closer and closer to this man going down. And as he gets more desperate, because each and every day is pretty much now, it's like everything that happens, people are looking at what is happening with with their tinfoil hats on. Everything that's happening, people are scratching their heads. People are starting to believe that everything that is being done is not just randomly happening, man. A lot of these things are being orchestrated. A lot of these things are happening intentionally. So, this is why, they're trying to come down with such censorship. They're still going to be in the spirit of trying to label everybody as sea theorists or, censorship, or we got to have the fact checkers fact checking and all this other bullshit, and trying to control the narrative, because it pretty much is like everything they do now. A lot of this shit is being exposed. A lot of this shit ain't making sense. And if something just don't make sense, then more than likely it doesn't make sense. It's being done intentionally. And these devils are so lame, and they're so old fashioned, and they stick to the same, type of script that is, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And everything that these devils do, you have to look at it, like I said, with your tinfoil hat on, man, because a lot of this shit is being done intentionally. And I'm going to show you something else. It says, let them be as the chaff before the wind, and let the angel of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai chase them. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angel of Yahweh persecute them. For without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which cause they have digged for my soul. You see, and this is everything that this devil is doing in these, especially in these times that are ahead. A lot of them are snares in the pit to bring further confusion, chaos, destruction. Psychological operations. They're bringing in all this. CC. All of everything is agenda based. To ultimately to bring you people to this NWO. So everything that this man is doing, man, you have to look at it, from that C theory angle. You can't just take it for face value, because all this shit is it's all like I said, it's being done in wickedness. It's this devil digging pits and laying snares, and devising it. It's all devised in iniquity. It says, for without cause have, I read that. It says, verse 8, let destruction come upon him at unawares, and let his net that he had hid catch himself. You see, and this is what you see happening. Everything that he's doing, even with that wildfire shit, ain't nobody believing that was just some random occurrence. People are putting the pieces together. They're seeing how all these fires were so spread out. They're catching motherfuckers, starting fires. You know what I mean? And now I'm going to show you something else too. It says, let his net that he had hid catch himself. And that's what you see happening a lot of the times. A lot of the shit that he's doing, it got so many holes in it. A lot of it is, they tell you it's one thing, but then when people do further investigation and people start, looking into it, more and more information is coming out to where these things are been orchestrated. It's not just random, that these things were, they were organized. They were intentionally done to do what they were supposed to do. It says, into that very destruction let him fall, and my soul shall be joyful in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. It shall rejoice in his salvation. All right, and let me show you this one, right? Wait, I got another one right here. Look at this one. Look at this. It says looters in LA disguising themselves as fake fire department. Utility workers say security firm owner. You see? So now, not only are they breaking into that, they broke into that reserve over there in Orange County to steal Humvees and shit like that. But what they said, they were trying to steal uniforms, man. And they say they didn't get it, but I don't believe that, man. All right, but look, but now they're saying these looters, and what are they saying that these looters? I saw one video. The lady said these looters were migrants, man. There was like 100 deep, hopping out of cars, running into those rich neighborhoods and stealing shit. They were rolling up on scooters and doing particular things, Now, could some of these looters have been, people just, average American citizens down in their luck? Yeah, it could have been. But also it could have been nothing but these migrants. Remember, it was news before this fire that you had a lot of those Venezuelan gangs over there in Hollywood and in the hills using sophisticated technology to break into these rich people's homes. They've been breaking into NFL stars' homes, NBA players' homes while they're away at games, using highly sophisticated technology to break into these homes, to where now a lot of these well-to-do people are hiring private security, armed private security at their property when they're away on business or when these NBA players are out on games, man. And it's been known that it's a lot of these Venezuelans, you know, coming with this highly sophisticated technology to bypass security. And then you got this. It says looters are exploiting the devastating wildfires in LA by disguising themselves as firefighters and utility workers to gain access and steal from homes that were devastated. It says the founder of the private security company Nastec Security Service told Fox News his firm has seen looters in LA dressing up in broad daylight in attempts to fool law enforcement and first responders. You see? It says, well, some residents are hiring private security to watch their homes as looters run wild. It says people are trying to improvise to get in wearing uniforms for fire marshals and uniforms of security companies wearing vests that look like people from the power company, and they're trying to get in any way by any means. Remember, we've seen these guys dressed up as FedEx employees, dressed up in a vest with packages just so they can kick down the door and rob people, man. It says they're wearing some white helmets, coming with clipboards if needed. They have many shapes of how to conceal themselves before coming inside. You see? So you see, man, hey, this is all iniquity being devised, man. And then look at this one, right? I was reading this one. Look at this. It says LAPD, no probable cause to arrest man lighting fires with flamethrowers, 5 GPS phones, and a UN prepaid debit card. Look at this guy right here, right? This is the guy. You see? It says the man was found in possession of 5 GPS enabled cell phones. Where do you think the hell he got those from? All right. And a United Nations sponsored prepaid debit card at the time when he was tackled by vigilant onlookers. Witnesses say they intervened after seeing him ignite a blaze dangerously close to the site of a raging wildfire currently spreading out of control. See, man? So all of this shit don't just sound like some coincidence to me. You see, and he had what, 5 of those cell phones, and he had a UN prepaid card. Look, because a lot of these guys, that's like I said earlier, that's been released into this country, have been trained by have been trained, man. I'm not gonna say by who, but I mean, come on now, and he probably got the call to do this. He probably was given an order to go and to keep this shit going, which makes you think that a lot of this shit was being orchestrated. And then they said they had no probable cause to arrest this guy, so that means they let him out. He still got his 5 prepaid. He still got his 5 GPS enabled cell phones and his UN sponsored prepaid debit card. Man, back out, and just released back into the city to get his his next cause, man. See, so hey, man. So all type of wickedness going on out here, man. I'm gonna get this last precept, and I'm gonna close this thing out, man. But it's this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." All right, so we know that a lot of the shit that's going on is being orchestrated. It's not just randomly happening. Ain't nobody just breaking into the fucking taking that chance to break into the fucking Army Reserve to go breaking into the Army Reserve to steal Humvees and trying to steal uniforms and have bayonets and weaponry for shits and giggles, man. So maybe this could be something that we should pay attention to. Maybe, maybe they're getting all type of shit. Maybe they're getting police uniforms. Maybe they're getting firefighter uniforms. Maybe they're getting military uniforms for, hey, I guess we'll have to just wait and see what happens, man. So I just wanted to do this quick lesson. I just thought this shit was all odd. And that, hey, in these times and in these seasons, we can't be ignorant of anything. We got to look at everything with a side eye and understand that, hey, this devil is working, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Shai. Lord willing, you edify. Shalom.